Hello people. So let's just have a look at this question. I encourage you to try this. Okay. Now that you have paused the video and give it a try, let's just go through it first. So we need to solve the equation, this equation, for 0 degree, 0 degree is lesser than theta, which itself is lesser than 90 degree. So what they mean is theta is an acute angle. And this equation, you obviously have to solve for theta. There is no other variable here. Now this might be obvious to some of you that theta trigonometry is all about acute angles and theta must be acute. So why did they mention theta lies between 90 and 0 degree? But it turns out in 10th standard we deal with the basics of trigonometry, the very basics of trigonometry, in which we deal with right angles. Now trust me when I say that there is an entirely new and a bigger approach towards trigonometry in next year. So when we confine ourselves to this range, okay, between 90 and 0 degree, we get one value, but there are other possible values as well. So I don't want to confuse you guys, so let's just solve for the given range. Okay, so theta is between an acute angle, so between 0 and 90 degree. Now the standard way of doing this is dividing the numerator and denominator by cos theta, and then we get tan theta here, and we compare the equations. Let us do it using a different approach. Okay, now what I want you to is understand a new concept, componendo and dividendo. So what does this new concept in math says? Well, it's really easy. See, what does componendo and dividendo tell? If we have two ratios, say A and B, which is equal to C by D, so we have two ratios, A by B and C by D. Now if these two are equal, what can we write? We can say that A plus B, so we sum these two, A plus B upon A minus B, is equal to C plus D. So the sum of these two, C plus D upon C minus D. Most of you would have know, those who know this, it's great. Those who don't know, I'm stating the statement, but we'll do a proof next time. But it's a very easy proof. You can do this yourself. Just add 1 on both sides and you can subtract 1 from both sides. You will get the result. So as a quick application, let us see. We know 2 by 1 is 8 by 4. Okay. Now we can write it as 2 plus 1 upon 2 minus 1. A plus B upon A minus B, which is equal to 8 plus 4 upon 8 minus 4. So we get 3 upon 1 is equal to 12 upon 4, which are equal, right? 3 is equal to 3. We all know this. This is just an example how to do this. Now how can we use this in this? Now what if we consider cos theta minus sin theta as one term, cos theta plus sin theta as a denominator, as B in this case, and C as 1 minus root 3 and D as 1 plus root 3. So how do you work this out? So we can say that cos theta minus sin theta, the numerator, plus B, right? B is this thing. Cos theta plus sin theta, and we divide this by the numerator, cos theta minus sin theta, okay, and you subtract it with the denominator, right? And this is the denominator, cos theta plus sin theta. Okay, that's how we can use this. And of course we have to do same thing on both sides, right? So we can say 1 minus root 3 at the denominator, 1 plus root 3 upon 1 minus root 3 by the numerator, and then subtract the denominator. Okay, 1 plus root 3. Okay, now you should be able to do this yourself. Let me just quickly do this. You get 2 cos theta upon minus 2 sin theta. Okay, the sin theta cancels out the numerator and cos theta cancels out the denominator, and we get 2 upon minus 2 root 3. Now solving this a bit more, we get tan theta. Okay, tan theta is equal to root 3. Okay, now we get this expression, but we still don't have the value of theta. Now this is the really interesting part, how to do this. Now those who know that trigonometric tables might realize that hey, root 3 is nothing but tan 60 degree. And if you know, let me just write this down. So root 3 is nothing but tan 60 degree, so we can write tan theta equal to tan 60 degree. Okay, and the next obvious step might be which gives theta as 60 degree, right? Because that will look like. So if two tan are equal, the theta must be equal. Now this is our answer for theta, which lies between 0 and 90 degree. Now what did I tell you when we started this question? I told you that there can be many more solutions if we remove this range. If we remove this range for theta, we just solve it for theta, we can get more values. One of them being 60 degree, so we can add 180 degrees. 240 degrees are also an answer. Okay, so this might look strange, like 240 degrees. An angle in a triangle is greater than the sum of them, all of them. Now, again, what we are studying is the basics of trigonometry. Next year, there's an entire wider approach. So, let me just tell you how wide it is. So, theta can be any angle. See, theta can be, and we just don't measure in degrees anymore. We measure in something called radians. And the values of these ratios, they can be negative. So, it can be minus root 3 here. And, theta and these angles can be greater than 90 degree. Just showed it to you. Now, those who might be interested in knowing the exact, general solution, it might look something like this. That theta will be equal to n pi plus. Okay, as a member of integers. Well, this might really look complicated to many of you. This was what to show what a general solution for these kind of equations look like. This is called a trigonometric equation. Now, how is the more precise way to do it rather? So we write theta is equal to, so what we have tan here. Now when this tan goes from a left hand side to right hand side, this becomes tan inverse root 3. Now this is really important, the inverse sign. So most of you might be tempted to say that okay, there's a tan to the power minus 1 on top, so we can say this as theta is cot root 3, cot being 1 upon tan theta. Now, okay, let us assume that you are correct. But see, these ratios, our trigonometric ratios, are for angles, right? No matter how we measure it, we can measure it in degrees, we can measure it in radians, but these are for angles, right? And what is root 3? Root 3 is nothing, not an angle, right? Root 3 is, you haven't even mentioned if it's radians or degrees here. So there must be something wrong, right? So it turns out tan inverse is not equal to cot. Okay, what does tan theta really mean? When we say tan theta is root 3, what do we mean by this? We mean when we plug in a value for theta, we get, and when we evaluate tan theta, we get an answer as root 3. So this is what tan theta really means. And what does tan inverse mean? Tan inverse means if we put in a value of a number, say root 3 in this case, and we take the tan inverse of it, we get an angle. This is the difference between 1 by tan. Okay, again 1 by tan is nothing but cos theta, right? And cos theta is for an angle. So you put an angle, you get a value, and not equal to, and the difference between tan inverse. Tan inverse means you put a value and you get an angle. So now hopefully you understood how to do these questions with using this component to divide into, and you learned new things. In the next video, I will just sum up what all you have learned. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helped.